Alright guys, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about my experience raid testing Gruul's and Magtheridon's Lair. Overall, I was very pleasantly surprised actually, and let me tell you why. So this time round, I was lucky enough to join a more experienced group because I was in Resist's guild raid group, and we actually did in fact get the world second on Magtheridon's. So obviously this was a much more skilled raid group with many different skilled raid members, which means I had a totally different experience as to the Karazhan group that I went in on the day before. It was also my first time ever playing a Resto Shaman in a raiding environment, so I was just absolutely winging it, just, you know, popping totems when I could actually remember to do that, and popping Bloodlust whenever I was told to do it, and healing whichever tank I was told to heal. It was my job to heal the Protection Paladin. You can definitely tell that the Protection Paladin was very skilled because he managed to stay alive very well with me healing him. Although I have to admit I did cause him to die a couple of times. But considering I had only had about 2-second practice playing a Restoration Shaman before the raid started, I didn't think I did horrendously bad. By the way guys, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel if you don't want to miss more videos like this. It really does help me out. But anyway, let's move on. So first of all, Gruul's Lair definitely was a step up from Karazhan. Okay, we found it quite easy because, again, I was in a very experienced raiding group. But at the end of the day, I think Gruul's Lair is not supposed to be insanely difficult. It really is the introductory raid to 25-man raiding in tier 4. So yeah, it's not supposed to be extremely difficult. Magtheridon is supposed to be the true endgame boss of tier 4 raiding. But nonetheless, I think for guilds who are inexperienced in TBC content or simply haven't done it since back in the day, I think it'll provide a fairly decent challenge to them. But people who've been playing private servers for years, yeah, it's going to be a joke for those players. And in fact it was, like many TBC guilds were clearing it very easily without even having any wipes. So let's move on to Magtheridon's. Now Magtheridon's was probably the biggest pleasant surprise in the whole experience because the raid difficulty was amazing. It was genuinely quite astonishing how good Magtheridon's was. I mean, there were guilds wiping on it over and over, and then some guilds even gave up. You know, some groups just decided to go to bed instead. We found it to be a very good challenge and we were having a lot of fun, and then Blizzard decided to totally ruin it, okay? Get my tinfoil hat on here, but I think they were looking at the top streamers like Asmongold and Esfand wiping on it and not even getting a single attempt in, really. And then at that point they decided to nerf it. They totally cut Magtheridon's health in half, okay? Because yeah, you know, obviously the groups on those big streamer groups, you actually do need to coordinate your group very well on Magtheridon's. It is actually fairly simple boss. You just have to click boxes at the end of the day, but you have to make sure at least 20 people in that raid group are coordinated to do that. And normally, let's be honest, you have about 15 good raid members, and then the other 10 are just kind of like tagging along and doing DPS. So yeah, only Crix's group actually managed to totally smash the boss before the nerf, which was absolutely amazing. Okay, they really did pull their pants up at smashing Magtheridon's pre-nerf, and I think they definitely had a lot of fun doing it. We were actually a hairline away from actually defeating it pre-nerf, but then like one of our healers popped Divine Shield when he was clicking the box, and then it just totally decided to not work. I don't know whether that's a bug or whether that's an intentional thing, but yeah, it just didn't work. And we were getting the boss to about 27% health, and then we totally wiped. In fact, I think we would have, if we actually got that attempt in, we would have actually got world first. I definitely think all of the other top guilds would have eventually got it down with the pre-nerf health, but then they decided to nerf it. And even when they nerfed it, like all of these, you know, big streamer guilds that were struggling with it decided to just totally stop playing. You know, so the nerf was pointless anyway. And I just hope to God that that nerf is not going to happen in TBC Classic. I hope to God that the original health pool wasn't a mistake, and that's how it's actually going to be in TBC Classic, because then there's definitely hope for TBC raiding. Some people were making jokes that they got the numbers on the health pool the wrong way around, so I think it was 8.4 million health and it should have been 4.8 million. I hope to God that they didn't do that. I hope to God that it is going to release with 8.4 million health. But to conclude the video, I think overall Gruul and Maggie are going to be a fairly decent challenge for, guilds who are not experienced with TBC, but jumping into it for the first time and they haven't played loads of private servers over the past few years and haven't played it since the original TBC. But those people who have been playing private servers for years and years, they're definitely going to find it way too easy. I will be making a video very soon about TBC raid difficulty because it is an interesting topic that many people are talking about right now, and definitely have a few things I want to say about it. But that video will be coming later on in the week. My name is MetaGoblin. Until the next video, ciao.